Oh yeah, that shit gave me the timer too.
Yes, sir. What's up, you luscious labias? You're listening to another episode of the Drunk Talks and Empty Thoughts podcast. As always, I'm your host, Skinny Penis, and with me is Fat Penis and other Fat Penis. And with us today is our boy Tecczi.
Yo. Right after that intro? What's the difference?
Forever Tecczi.
He's the fattest penis.
Actually. There you go. Fattest, biggest, swinging dick motherfucker in the room.
Pretty much. Look at his streaming numbers. But as you can see, John's not here at the moment. He's not MIA. He's actually in the call with us right now. So say what's up, John.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We already know we out here.
He's here. He's not here. He's here in our hearts, in our minds, and spirits.
He's just like a voice echoing in the room and shit. But for today's topic, we're gonna be talking about the internet. You know, like
internet money, bitch. Dun, 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 dun.
Don't fucking interrupt me. Nah, but we're all around the same age, so we technically grew up with the internet as it grew in size and in scope. But
when was the internet even discovered?
So technically the internet was kind of created back in 1971 during the Cold War, because once Russia was trying to
your dick got soft, bro.
Oh God, my microphone. No, but once Russia sent Sputnik, I think that's when they're trying to get a better source of information gathering, I guess, a better network, and that's kind of yeah, that's kind of because you know how the Cold War was basically a war for information and stuff.
Yeah,
and as time grew, as that network became more public, that's kind of when everything kind of changed. Back in 1991, I'd say, is when the internet got formally public and people started making pictures, making videos, sending emails, that kind of thing.
So the early 90s.
Start setting up websites. The first website was just a bunch of text.
So just 20 years later after it was put out there.
22.
22. So the early 90s, internet becoming hot.
Nah, yeah, it's a crazy time because around after 1991 and a lot of shit started changing culturally, and personal computers became more of a thing, and the whole meme sharing situation became bigger and bigger. It's just become such a cultural phenomenon that I can't even imagine a life without it, you know?
About a computer, laptop, cellular device, because it's all the same thing. Your iPhone or your Android, what you got in your pocket, that's
because
mobile computer.
Not on my Nokia.
I know Christian earlier was
what
was that?
Not on my Nokia. I don't got internet.
Your Nokia? I'm talking about today. Back then, we had the flip phones and the Nokias.
I'm just joking.
I fucking love you, but like I said, I remember Christian earlier was talking about how one of his customers, because he does work at the place that shall not be named, he's telling one of his customers was actually asking him about his age, because he was you want to take you want to tell the story, Christian?
Yeah, bro, you're trying to take my credit.
I'm sorry. My fault.
Not your story to tell, bro.
No, yeah. So I was working maybe a week or two ago, and I was pulling up to my table, and I was greeting them. My name's Christian, and I just asked them for drinks, and then they'd start off wanting appetizers, and we have this little Z Austin that's right in front of the table that it's easier and quicker to send in orders, just appetizers. And he asked for an appetizer, and all I did was I wasn't even looking at the screen because I know where all the buttons are and basically what to click. So I was just clicking through the buttons and all that, sent in the order within less than 5 seconds. And he was like, "How old are you?" And I thought it was kind of creepy at first, and I was like, 24, why? And then his wife was like, yeah, like, why do you want to know?
So even his wife was just like, what the fuck are you going on?
Weirded out by the question herself.
That's a little weird. And
want to know if you were underage?
And it's even funnier because he said my name.
Wow. So you want to be a part of this? Turn this duo into a trio?
Bro, he was, and yeah, he's like, how old are you, Christian? And I was like, oh, like 24.
He even said your name?
Yeah.
It's weird when
you guys wear great name tags, though, right? So
yeah, we wear name tags. I mean, but it's still funny when people like actually care enough to know your name. And he was like, have you always had a computer? And I was like, no, I mean, like, I've had technology for as long as I can remember in my life, yes, but I've never had like a computer like in my house. Like, for me, it was always like going to the nearest library or going to school and using their computers, because back then computers were so expensive, and it was kind of like a luxury to have rather than a necessity nowadays.
Yeah, well, definitely. It's just like, yeah, definitely back then computers were like really uncommon. We definitely grew up like, instead of like doing research papers using like computers, we had to like go to the library for that kind of shit. Remember like when going to the library was like not a requirement, but it was like essential to like school life? I mean,
in the household. I always had a computer in my house, so I never really spent a whole lot of time in the library. I mean, yeah, like I said, different households. I was blessed not to like have the resources at home.
So you're calling us poor?
I'm not saying that my life was any bad.
I'm kidding. No.
I imagine it's a struggle, you know?
I mean, like, going to the library itself was kind of fun. I grew up around, like, when the Noble Library was still getting built.
Yeah, I was there, like, all the time.
Oh, the one over here up,
Piedmont.
Piedmont, yeah.
It's still there, right?
No, that's still there. But
okay.
I remember when it was still getting freshly built.
Wow.
Because, like, I remember in kindergarten, I was like, oh, what's that little
building? I just found out that the library was there during the pandemic.
Really?
Like, it was during the pandemic I found out that there's a library in that area.
Dude, yeah.
And there's like a little school right next to it, too, right?
Yeah, Noble.
Yeah, I didn't fucking know that.
Yeah, that was, like, when me and... I was there for, like, I'd say 2 years over at Noble. Like, I even went...
Like, you lived in the area, right? Over there?
Oh, yeah, because around where your area is at, I used to live, like, just farther down.
Yeah, just down the Piedmont.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I remember specifically, like, we had a field trip over there.
To the library?
Yeah, to the library, because it just opened.
Oh, I see.
And I
checked the schools and stuff.
Yeah, dude, I remember I got lost because, like, when it comes to those public libraries, they had, like, several different rooms. And
libraries can be pretty big.
Especially when you're, like, a kindergartner, bro.
Oh, this is, like, for any kid.
Yeah, dude.
RJ.
And you're RJ. And you have, like, the directional ability of of Dory.
You're directionally challenged.
Yes. Also mentally. But when it comes to, like, the library, it was just, there was the computer, the library eventually had computers too at one point. And that's kind of like when I actually started, like, using the internet a lot more and start going on websites like Addicting Games.
Addicting Games was my shit, dude.
Flash games back then were just like the shit.
That was the thing. That's what we did. Even like you log into computers at schools, like, we're doing Flash games, baby. I ain't doing no work today.
Dude, I remember, like, did you ever play Flash games, Christian?
Yeah, the only game I specifically remember is the stick fight game.
Yo!
Stick figure wars?
Yeah.
Dude, I remember me and John used to be on that... Raft Wars.
I remember that one.
Nah, yeah. All those, like, stick games were, like, the shit back then.
So simple, but, like, they were everything. That's all we needed.
Nah, yeah. It was simple. It was simple. Like, none of this meme shit, none of this influencer.
No battle pass.
No battle pass. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember no battle pass?
I remember no battle pass.
What about you, John? I think okay.
What's up?
Put your cock away.
I know.
Okay,
I look a
nah.
little sus there.
What?
What's your experience with Flash games? I remember we used to play like games like Stick Fight or Territory War. You know,
That's
that kind
what
of
it
thing.
was.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I loved all those games. Shit, I mean, like Christian was saying, library. That's all I had.
It was like the best form of
Yeah, that shit laggy as
entertainment because. Nah, you're cool. But because TVs, like obviously you just watch shit. There's not really too much interaction with them, and like video games, like
Obviously, more interaction. You get lost in it, forget the world, your problems, your childish problems.
and like with video games, consoles were fucking expensive.
Oh yeah, no, Flash games are definitely the best alternative because they're all free,
They're all free, yeah. And if you're at the library and you have a library card,
and your computer has the Flash player. Remember, some computers wouldn't allow it. You couldn't play it on the phones because some phones you can access the internet, but you wouldn't be able to play Flash games on the phones.
It's just crazy how like with like how advanced the internet is right now and how like expansive it is. A lot of technology that we grew up with is like considered obsolete. Like you know how like Flash players like basically like just defunct now.
Talking about like floppy disks.
Oh no, like Flash itself. Remember the one that would run all those.
It was its own program, right?
Yeah,
it was like Adobe Flash.
Yeah, Adobe Flash, and like it's shut down now. Like you can't play all those old Flash games we used to play.
I don't even think the old websites are up anymore. Like the domains, like they're just like gone.
Like Addicting Games is gone. Most Fun Games is gone.
You think was it Underground?
Newgrounds?
Newgrounds.
Actually,
Newgrounds.
yeah,
Yeah.
actually, Newgrounds is still up.
Newgrounds is clutch for many reasons.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
Many reasons.
No, growing up, I'd definitely be on that Newgrounds
Dude,
bullshit.
who wasn't? If like you know about Newgrounds, you better keep that shit to yourself, boy.
Did you ever watch the Flash animations?
Yes,
What kind of Flash?
all of them.
You sound very, like,
All of them.
you sound very intense.
Oh, hell no. Lock him up.
What about you, John?
Lock him up.
No, not the animation.
That was exactly what I'm talking about.
Not
Shut
the
up,
anime-
you're
I knew of
lying.
them.
I
but-
feel like if anything, I would
No, I
try
knew
to
of
show
them.
John those
Like
animations.
a lot of the OG animations that you know today came from Newgrounds. No
I don't know
matter
what
the rating.
all kinds of animations you were watching, but shit. For me, it was only a few that RJ would put me with.
Porn.
Straight up, really. Thanks. It was. I don't know who the developer was for that.
Nah, that shit
site,
was crazy,
but
though, for
God
sure.
bless.
This guy named Tom Fulp.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the name of the dude?
Yeah, I think so. But
Well, Tom Fulp,
no, yeah.
thank you for my childhood memories.
With Newgrounds, that was like the go-to for like a lot of violent Flash games.
The violent ones?
Yeah,
But the Addicting Games was for me, like Skull Kid. Y'all remember Skull Kid?
it's like okay. So for those who don't know, God, and if you don't know,
Now you know.
it just makes me feel older. But Skull Kid was like
One of the first OG Flash games that like we grew up playing. Probably one of the classics. It was really simple too, because it would just go from like you start out with this kid whose like head is the skull and has like a weapons of sorts, and you go through levels, and the levels are really simple because you're in a building, corporate building. You go up an elevator. You got to get from one end of the room to the other end of the room, but like in between, there's like these like corporate fucking workers who are like trying to kill you, and use your weapons to get through them. Once you kill them all, like you get to the other side, go up the elevator, you're on a new floor. And I think it's like a new weapon every time, right?
I thought it was just a chainsaw.
Was it just a chainsaw? Because I remember him having a gun at some point, or unless that was like the boss. No,
I think it was the bosses would have
the bosses would have the guns, and you would just have a. No, I swear he'd have like multiple weapons. The chainsaw was like the end.
Damn, we're probably gonna have to look it up. But damn, the fact that we can't play those kind of games anymore,
Yeah.
just hurts me. But wait, did you play any Flash games?
No.
Really? You just remember the stick figure wars? That's it? The territory wars?
Yeah, and then after that, I moved on to like actual video games.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Dang.
Back then, I was just kind of very introverted. I wanted to like just be on the computer, play games.
And I'm pretty sure majority of the kids back then did.
Yeah,
because it was like such
our
a new
iPad.
world, and it was such a whole different world from having to go play outside and actually be creative and like figure out shit to pass the time to like, oh wow, like this is in front of me. I could just do this all day.
Nah, exactly. You know? It just kind of formed our brains into like having the attention span of squirrels at some point. Because like all these like flashing lights is like kind of an overstimulation to the point where you're just like, I need this constant like, you know?
The content put up on the internet is very fast paced. It is a very fast paced go world, you know?
I have a question for you, Christian. So like as a content creator and with how like fast paced our attention span are, how's that like affect how you make content? Because you are a streamer, but you also make TikToks, YouTube, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, you always try to reel people in the first 3 seconds. A good movie, for example, is Bullet Train. Bullet Train is a movie that came out last year, and that movie just has constant action.
Yeah, it's always moving.
It's always the train. For one, the train's always moving. The scenes are always moving, and there's just different scenes like every 5 minutes or so, and that's how just they keep the viewer entertained.
Yeah, dialogue's like very snappy, where just like it's like line after line after line, you know? It's just like, yeah, that's actually a really good example.
Actually, I didn't even realize how like fast paced and like it really was, huh?
Yeah, a lot of like action movies that are like revered nowadays like have that kind of same element where it's like, oh, we gotta have the action be snappy. We gotta have like, we gotta keep it moving, you know? Like, not a lot of downtime.
They're coming on to like how the majority of their audience has ADHD.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
formulated ADHD.
Yeah, that's the target audience.
And then with like TikToks, I don't know if you guys get these type of videos, but it's like one where it's playing like Family Guy or like a movie, but under it, it's like Subway Surfers or like...
Yeah.
And that's to keep you entertained from not being just not getting tired out of one thing. So like you get tired of watching the Family Guy. Oh, okay, I'm gonna just watch this little Minecraft clip, but I can still listen to what's going on.
It's like a It's like a
like an overplay. Like there's a video.
You watching the gameplay. Fuck the show.
No matter what.
That's crazy. I don't have TikTok, so I don't know. Like I watch Instagram reels, but it's no way like that. You know, you just kind of like you don't want to finish the reel, skip on to the next one. But like TikTok is really like pushing the whole stimulation aspect. You know,
we all need to be overstimulated.
I feel like that's going to be the death of a lot of us. Like, because I can see that affecting like just like personal I can see that being a personal issue.
Do you think like the fact that like our generation needs overstimulation kind of like relates to our constant need for caffeine for a lot of people?
I mean, it doesn't just have to be caffeine. It could be like other aspects, you know?
But you know how like caffeine kind of like how people are just kind of like rely on it.
Yeah. I feel like too much of anything is bad. So like whether like too much coffee, too much stimulation, clearly, obviously. I mean, even shit, too much water is bad for you. You know, too much of the basic necessities are bad for you. Too much food, you get too much weight. Too much weight, you're overweight, you know? So and so on.
Too much water, you're thirsty as fuck. Nah, but
It makes you really sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because it dilutes your blood vessels.
This is like the term for it. It's like, I forgot what it's called.
No, yeah, there is a medical condition for it, and I think John's loading up right now. But
He's trying his best.
no, yeah, you good, John? If you can hear me,
Should have changed that tire, bro. I'll just start talking shit.
he about to beat your ass.
I know. Did you hear the way he sounded when I asked him about it? It's like, so what happened? He's like, I don't want to fucking talk about it. I'm like, bro.
No, that sucks.
Flat tires,
that
okay.
sucks. But back to the growing of internet. Did you guys like watch a lot of YouTube growing up?
A lot of my YouTube content I would watch would be like,
Or actually, roll that back. You know how you were asking earlier, like what kind of like social medias you guys grew up on?
yeah.
Like what was the first like social media kind of social media
MySpace.
content?
Yeah, MySpace. For
MySpace?
me, yeah, like MySpace, YouTube, and Flash games were my first like exposure to the internet.
Yeah.
MySpace, everyone had it. I felt like I was like one of the last people in like at my school like to have it. You know, because I was like, it was also still kind of all new to me, like in that realm. So I was like, oh, how do you make an account?
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck's an email?
Yeah, exactly. I didn't even have an email at the time, but everyone else did. So I felt like I was like so behind. I was like, can you make me an account? Right. So like my account I had, like I didn't even make myself, but like I customized it just like everyone else customized their MySpace with like the
music and like
the page, the back page. Just like, yeah, it's like the little DIY coding that they all learned.
Yeah. When did you get like MySpace? Like at what age do you think?
I think I also got it at the end.
Hello?
Because I do remember very vividly Facebook. So MySpace, not so much. I do remember like editing my profile and like editing my background, and like every time you clicked on my profile, there would be music playing or some sort of playlist.
Yeah.
But I remember Facebook a lot more than MySpace.
Oh wait.
Well, we lost John. Good to have you on here for a while, bud.
No, but I'm sorry. Keep going.
No. This is like talking about MySpace, and like, you know, it was cool in a way to interact with people. Probably like the first time I ever got to like talk to people online, outside of class, outside of school, without having to meet them. Right. The coolest aspect to me was like to make your playlists. Like MySpace had like this sub page where like you can like search music and make your playlists.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I thought that was really cool because I was like really big into like music and finding new songs and new artists and bands and stuff.
And you still are.
Still am. That's primarily what I used MySpace for. And then same for YouTube. Like I didn't really watch a whole lot of YouTubers growing up. Like I was just more into like the music aspect.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like watching lyric videos, learning the lyrics to the songs, singing along. That was my thing.
Well, what about you, Christian? Did you make a playlist on MySpace?
Yeah, playlist. Yeah, on music that I liked and stuff. But going back to what Alejandro was talking about, I do actually remember, like whenever I went on YouTube, one big thing was whichever new song that I liked, I always tried to search up the music video. Yeah, because it was like Eminem Vivo or like
Eminem Vivo. I was be on that shit all the time.
Like artist Vivo, and it's music videos back then were just like huge, like millions of views, like of how like videos of today for like gaming or whatever, like music videos now aren't as big as what they used to be, but yeah, that's one thing that I always looked forward to.
It's just funny nowadays because like I remember when people were like posting music videos on YouTube, and they would always be in a quality we would never think would be like usable today, which is like 144p. You know, the fact that like, do you remember?
Like, is there a music video that comes to mind when you think about that?
So when I think about it, it's just like fucking. I remember for lyric videos specifically, actually, is they always start with the fucking like name of the song, but it'd be like different parts of the name of the song, like just scrolling over. I don't know. It's weird, like to describe it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it would be like one pastel color, and then like in the white font, in the white like childish font. No, very cursive font.
Mm-hmm. But a lot of the formats that people use for these lyric videos are pretty much kind of like the same.
Did you guys ever watch AMVs?
AMVs, of course.
Did you watch it?
What's AMV?
Anime music videos.
So like how like
what's that?
It's just like, so like people will take clips from animes and like they'll just like play them over like as a reel, and they'll play the song over the scenes and kind of make like a music video, but it's anime, you know?
Yeah, one of the first ones I remember watching as a kid was the Dragon, the Broly movie, the first one, and it's like cut to this song "In the End" by Linkin Park. And one of the other ones was, you remember when Naruto like first tapped into his Nine-Tail form, and he was fighting Haku.
In his Nine-Tail form,
or just it was like he was tapping into it. Like, remember he got mad that he thought Sasuke died. Zabuza's like,
Oh, bro, I was thinking when you said Nine Tails mode, I was thinking like with the gold. No, yeah, I remember in the Naruto bridge.
nah, yeah, and they would play like songs like Linkin Park in the end.
I mean,
Or
isn't that
does
just
he-
very similar to all the edits that like come out now, where you put like, I don't know, Superhero by Metro Boomin, and you have in the background Naruto fighting somebody.
Oh yeah, but it was very like bare bones, but it was just like the shit. I just remember it being the shit back then, and like nowadays, like when people do anime edits, it's like crazy transitions,
Transition.
very slow transitions, and like very like over edited. But this was just very bare bones. It would just like cut to the music, and
Okay.
a lot of the time it wasn't even to the beat. You know how like nowadays anime edits is just like
They've gotten better though.
Anime edits
they've gotten
crazy.
crazy.
But there's so many
the one
like
I just said.
No, yeah, I remember.
the Dragon Ball one.
yeah,
Dude.
there's so many classic ones. Like for me, one of my first ones was it wasn't even an anime. It was a Halo. It was Breaking
Breaking
Benjamin, Blow Me Away. Oh no,
I Will Not Bow.
I Will Not Bow.
Yeah.
There's a no, it is Blow Me Away.
Is it?
Blow Me Away.
I just remember hearing I Will Not Bow. Or like Headstrong.
Headstrong. I didn't really like that song growing up, but it did get
Dude,
it did stick to me.
the AMV is like with Headstrong. It would just like constantly be playing. But
Yeah, sorry, my bad. Why did I say blow me? Oh, it's part of the lyrics.
blow
of the
you.
song. Yeah, me too, bro.
I'll blow you too.
If I could, I would blow myself.
Some little autofellatio.
You know it.
Speaking of the weird part.
But yeah, no. It was I Will Not Bow, Breaking Benjamin, the Halo AMV.
Yeah, I did grow up a lot on that. I was on, honestly, like out of all the social medias, and like even to this day, YouTube was a major like part of how I would spend my time.
Yeah, like a lot of people came up on YouTube and saw an opportunity there. You know, like
Yeah.
definitely a money investment.
I'd say in the beginning YouTube it was just like people
It was a
posting
hobby.
like home videos and stuff, right?
Yeah, like vlogging. That was kind of like the birth of what vlogging was.
Do you guys remember old internet memes like from the beginning?
What are some old internet memes?
Because I remember so
Like, give me some examples.
like the panda sneezing, you know.
Panda sneezing.
There was the Numa Numa guy, where it's like it was this fat nerdy guy. He was just like singing this one Russian song, and he was like doing this little dance and shit.
Mm.
And
Is
that
it kind of
was
like in the
idiot.
same realm as like the Raptor one, where it's like it's like two sides of a coin, but it's like I don't know, like those memes, right? Where it's just kind of like
Oh, the picture ones?
the picture ones, yeah.
Yeah, I
Like you
remember
take a
that.
random stock photo and then you just put like a random quote that would kind of match like the expression of the whatever characters on it.
I remember Bad Luck Brian.
Probably that,
was
like
my
that one,
favorite
like
ones.
Bad Like Brian. Like it's just a stock photo of his face, and then you just take like a situation and throw it in there as background.
I think like me and John growing up, we found this meme generator.
Velociraptor. That's what it was. Velociraptor. That's the meme I'm talking about.
No, I remember, and he's just doing this shit.
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah.
But do you remember any internet memes, Christian?
Like old ass memes.
Not so much. I mean, I remember like anything that was funny enough to be on YouTube would always end up on America's Funniest Home Videos.
Yo, right?
Do you know that still goes, right?
Yeah, that's still going.
You know who's hosting it right now?
No.
No.
The actor who played as Carlton and
Wait, what?
yeah, he hosts it now.
Fucking Alfonso Roberto?
Yeah, him. Yeah, he hosts it. We were watching it just the other day at this ramen spot. They had the TV on. It was America's Funniest Videos.
That's wild.
And yeah, his ass was on there as a host.
That's wild.
That's pretty funny.
I remember when Bob Saget was on there.
Hosting?
He was a host there too. But it's just crazy how like the evolution of memes came about, because it went from like
It went
Those-
from actually like being funny to now just really hearing a very loud, distorted sound and actually
the bass boost.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, dude, I remember fucking.
Oh my god, I'm so stupid.
It's our humor's broken at this
The
point
evolution of memes has
because
like
it's so
gone down.
intrusive too.
It's backwards.
That's why it's so funny. You're just like you know,
I'd hear something like a fart noise, and it's like,
boosted. That shit fire.
that shit is.
But what makes a meme though today, at least?
Well,
Like,
so
what are the
it's funny you say that because I actually saw a recent video where this guy was like describing the evolution of memes, where it's like it used to be, oh, I'm gonna put this little funny character and put a little funny caption like,
yeah, back then it was easy. You know, just kind of
nah, yeah, it used to have like a little bit of like aha relatability, but nowadays it cuts to them talking about like how you make a meme nowadays, which is you get a hallway, put a bunch of fucking sleep paralysis demons in the hallway, deep fry it, like put up the saturation hella high, and just put me and the boys at 2 a.m. trying to find some beans. And I'm just like, what the fuck am I looking at? But it's so accurate to where like exactly. It just
and those phrases too, like let him cook, you know, double it, pass it on to the next person. Fucking like what are those even? What the fuck are those even? Just like one-liners.
it's just funny because like lingo now compared to like back in the 1990s, it would just come through word of mouth. But nowadays, it's going through like a whole filter of like TikTok, YouTube.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like instead of people like you hear it from all kinds of people like your peers, you would just hear it like it would just be thrown at your face.
Yeah.
But your peers would also hear it from TV.
Nah, exactly.
So essentially, your phone is just TV on the go.
Pretty much is.
The mobile computer, mobile TV. You're right.
And it's
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like what really pisses me off is when people make that their whole personality. Like all you ever hear from them when they open their mouths are just like one-liners that you hear online, like that shit. You know, like
I mean,
like double it, pass it on to the next person, or yeah, let them cook, or what are some other ones?
that's all a comment section is nowadays.
Huh? Chupapi muñeño, you know.
Do you remember that shit, Christian?
What are some other ones?
I remember like out here.
Mr. George.
How much you pay him, Mr. George?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't.
I just remember like hearing a lot of my memes through you guys while we were playing like just video games in general. Like I remember I would hear like hear about Riz from
The Riz.
you guys when we were playing Fortnite. Shit, the Rizzler, yeah.
There are some that are exceptional. Like I'll take that one. The Riz, the fucking Sigma male, and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Christian Bale, the whole like face that they do. So
Do you remember that scene?
Yeah.
Do you remember
American
that scene?
Psycho.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're just like
Like you don't even have to watch the movie, but like you know, like that's the iconic. And then the funny thing is, like that shit came out like what year was that movie out?
I'd say 1980s.
And then they fucking bring that shit back and make it to a whole thing. Like who the fuck even thought about like, yeah, let's take this fucking clip, make a meme out of it, and make a whole like personality around it, like the Sigma male thing.
I'm not gonna lie. Like nowadays,
Like it's genius, but it's also like, what the fuck, you know? Like
I find a lot of like shows and movies nowadays through memes. Like, has that ever happened to you guys? Where you're like,
yeah, and then like music too, like on TikTok. When you hear like a song that's playing over a video, people will be like, "Oh yeah, I heard that on TikTok." It pisses me off because it's like, man, like I remember having to like fucking like
Look
deep
for that
dive
shit,
and
yeah.
look for shit, you know? Like people are just getting it easy now. My younger self would be so fucking pissed off. Not to say I was born in the wrong generation or anything. It's just like we OGs did some work.
damn, imagine a fucking what would you consider like what's the name? So there's like we're millennials. Wait, what are we considered?
We're Gen Z, bro.
We're Gen Z.
Millennials. We're like in the middle. I think there's like a specific term for us, but like it's so minuscule. Like
That's good.
So we're Gen
that
Z.
too.
Millennials are 1980. I literally just had an exam on this.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, they're
What?
teaching this in
There's an
school?
what?
I have marketing.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes
So
sense.
your target audience.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're Gen Z. Gen Z's born 1995 to 2010.
What about like further on?
Further on, that's Gen. I don't think they've come up with the word. I mean, they have come up with the word. I just don't know it yet because it's not.
So then, what would be before 95?
Before 95, not boomers. It's Alpha. Yeah, that's
Alpha. Fuck.
Yeah.
There's nothing alpha about the generation after us. I'll tell you that fucking much.
After? Before? Damn.
That's what I'm saying.
Alpha.
I mean, that's to say,
And we get
use him as an example.
bullshit.
Not to use him as an example, but I've seen a few kids in my today. I don't know anything about them being an alpha.
Which begs the question, like, with the way that kids nowadays are growing up with, like, internet, do you think, like, you know how, like, the internet is readily available with information, how easy it is to get that information?
Uh-huh.
Do you think, like, children nowadays should, like...
I think children in general.
Like, should there be like a rule?
There should be like a parental control kind of deal.
Well,
I think it's
is.
up to the parents, but at the same time, doctors have said that kids should not have any type of iPad, Apple, anything like that if under the age of 3.
Would you guys like have your kids?
No, I don't. It's been statistically proven that if you have your kid on an iPad, though it does them, it's like it is like good for like distractions. It lowers their speech impediment. Like it's gonna take them longer to talk.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
It could be. I mean, I feel like definitely like wait till they get a little older before you introduce them to like stuff like that.
What age?
I would say 5.
5?
Because like most kids start speaking at 2, 3.
Yeah.
Some do take a little longer, but like if your kid ain't speaking up to 5, that's kind of a little concerning.
Not a little concerning. That's hella concerning.
Hella concerning. Because like
you need to start
over. Like, technology is definitely like I feel like those that's true.
You need to go through
I've seen it. I've seen that.
If your kid's not talking by the age of like 6 at least.
Like kids have no business having to be on iPads when you take them out to restaurants at dinner, Like,
you have to go through a 24 trimester abortion. That's all I'm saying.
But it's definitely I do blame it's definitely like the parents to be at fault because it's like yes, it's an easy fix to keep your kid calm and collected, but like
it's also lazy.
It's really lazy. And I've seen it a lot, like as a server, just like at restaurants, like families coming in and all the kids got like their phones or their iPads. Like, yo, like have a conversation with your fucking kid at the table. I'm talking about parents. I'm talking about me right now.
Damn, she hella called you out. Nah, but
Nah.
Nah, I seen it.
I mean, I'm not to say
I seen him do it on this podcast.
Yeah, I do. I may have like, hey, shh. I'm not talking about me right now. This ain't no therapy. This ain't no podcast.
I'm just saying, I edit these videos and I be seeing like this.
Nah, I know you be saying that. Nah, we're working right now. Nah. But like, it just goes to show that like parents definitely could use like better control on themselves. Like with the whole tech and stuff.
Yeah.
And as far as parental control on like the internet, like it is always like there, like, oh, like, you're logging into a porn site, like blah 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 blah, warning. Or like you're logging into like say search, just yeah.
I mean, what?
I mean, there's like a parental control on every device, like whether it be like a console, TVs, apps, the internet itself on computers.
When did you like get introduced to adult content?
Adult content? Wow. I wouldn't say at a very young age, but like at a young age. And
I was 6.
Definitely like the parents are to blame.
That's really bad.
But like even if it was parental control, like at some point like the kids are gonna get smarter and they're gonna get their way around,
That's what I'm saying.
And I feel like it doesn't matter, like parents will do what they will. There's just some things that are out of their control. The internet is its own world, and kids are just, they're gonna find their way eventually.
Yeah. Some parents don't give a fuck, and it shows. Because I remember I'd be seeing like some crazy ass kids be. Do you remember like when Vine was a thing?
Yeah.
And like,
never had the app though, but like I remember it.
And there would be like a lot of them would be kids just acting up, like you're not my dad, but I don't associate, dude, that one Indian kid, he's like, I don't associate myself with, and then I'm not gonna say the rest of the word.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Wild.
Like, I remember some like classic snippets, and that was definitely one of them. Like, kids were really saying out of pocket shit, and who knows where the fuck they get it from? But like,
fucking Fortnite, bro.
Check your kids
from fucking Fortnite, but it's just wild what like kids are like kind of used to seeing nowadays. When it would take
they're desensitized
to
like the shit around them.
Like we grew up kind of desensitized because obviously like some shit would pop up for us, and like internet
over time it just became like a norm.
Internet was way unregulated back then. Do you remember like Live Leak and then Reddit 50/50s, how they were kind of, well, Reddit 50/50s, if you guys don't know, it's like Reddit itself is like a kind of a forum app where like people kind of like congregate and just talk shit and get sweaty. But there was these things called Reddit 50/50s where you could like post a link, but it wouldn't show exactly the title. And if you click it, it's a 50/50 on whether it'd be something really cute or something really fucked up.
That's crazy.
You don't remember that?
Do you remember that?
I've never been on Reddit like that.
Me neither.
The only reason I knew about it was because a lot of people were reacting to it on YouTube. We're like, all right, we're going to do the Reddit 50/50 challenge. Yeah.
Okay.
And it would be like the title of the link would be, oh, cute puppies or a monkey falling into a wood chipper, that kind of thing. It would be crazy. It'd be some crazy shit. And I'd be like, I wouldn't do it myself, but I know a lot of people that did.
That kind of stuff, I am definitely not like desensitized to yet. Nor do I want to be ever. Like, that's fucked up.
Not exactly.
Like, all right, go ahead, Cristian. You got something?
No, I've never seen that. That's really crazy.
Yeah.
Nah, but yeah.
RJ's like, all right, new video, time to watch it.
Yeah, I gotta cancel this shit out, so you gotta watch something like super wholesome and cute.
Nah, yeah, it'd be like, obviously they would have to like censor that because they obviously can't put the video itself of shit getting fucked up, but I would usually just see it for reactions.
Right. But like, what are some of the stuff that you guys became desensitized to? And what are some of the things that you're still like
apprehensive
stray
about?
away from? Yeah.
Dude, I've seen so many videos that's like not even because I wanted to. It's just popped up on my feed. I've seen like,
or our friends send it to us.
Or that.
Fucking John.
I love you, John.
I've been saying the most weirdest shit and some I've never even seen before.
Nah, yeah,
It's not too bad. It's just like,
when it comes to like John's what he sends,
Explore page, dude, it's fucking wild.
His
thing itself is a
algorithm is fucking everywhere.
Yeah, his algorithms fucking people eating shit, people fucking
turning
falling
foods
on
into
shit.
like actual organisms.
Yeah,
and then every now and then you get a sprinkle of like some hilarious shit. You get a sprinkle of that.
Some of this hilarious stuff is pretty like childish, easy, and I prefer those than the other shit he sends me. Yeah, when you think you've seen it all, John will remind you, nah, you haven't. Hasn't sent me that shit yet, but I'm not hoping for it.
Nah, Kenneth, fuck it. That man.
Did he send you the Goku one this morning?
No, I thought you did.
So fun.
The Goku one? Which one?
All right, live.
We're gonna do a video. We'll put it up here, maybe. Yeah,
No, I can't put it up.
Oh, okay.
Did he send you this one?
Nah, he hasn't sent me that one.
Was he? Oh my god!
Wait.
What is that?
Kenan sent me
It took me a fucking second. It took me a fucking second.
Kenny like this.
Dude, where does he get the that's
I
like
don't even know how the fuck this shit's still up on Instagram.
I was thinking of a different video, but that is just like great.
So for those who don't know, I'm definitely not putting that shit up.
No,
But
just
it's literally just Super Saiyan Goku in like a
when he's fighting Frieza.
yeah, and he's
For the
like
first
just
time.
posing, but someone edited his fucking cock onto his
Like his geese ripped from down below and his cock's out, basically.
as it should, but
Dude,
I don't know, like
that's not too bad compared to the other stuff you sent. Like,
yeah,
I feel like one of the things I'm still not like really sensitive to is like violence. Not to say like people fighting. Like I can fight. I can watch
like-
people fight. I'm talking about like people like shooting up each other. You know,
not that live leak shit.
that
Yeah,
lively stuff. Like remember when JP showed us the video of like those neighbors like fighting over because they're shoveling snow over the
yeah,
and the dude literally came out with
AK.
an AK and started shooting at them and fucking killed them, marked them right there in the middle of the road in broad daylight, and you could clearly see it in the cameras. That fucking had me. I wish I hadn't seen that, you know?
Nah, yeah, I used to be sent shit like, even back in high school when like I just got Instagram, my friends were like sending me some shit like, oh, a Colombian necktie, and actually I'm not gonna have y'all like look that up. What Colombian necktie is like, it's like a not torture method. It was like a killing method that the cartel would do, is that they would slit your throat and then pull out your neck from that throat hole. And
Wow. And tie it around your neck and your head?
I mean, you'd be dead already by that point, but it would just be more like sending a message.
Yeah.
And like my friends would send me shit like that.
Yeah, stuff like that I can't watch.
And that's like kind of leans into the part where like I'm kind of not desensitized, but I'm not as like reacting like, oh god, you know, like
I mean, yeah, it's just a thing you see because your dumbass friends send it to you,
yeah.
and their whole logic is if I have to see it, you have to see it.
Yeah, that's a dumbass logic, bro.
Misery loves company,
Yeah.
as
for
some
real.
people like to say.
Oh, yeah, I've seen some crazy shit. I've seen like beheadings,
Exactly. Fingers getting chopped off. You know, like
and I'm just like, I mean, I can't really like stray away from it. I'm just like, damn.
You just have to see it
That's
because
video.
you're.
and the fact that we're like already into our late teens when we were saying that shit.
Yeah.
And now fucking kids
Like,
are probably going to see that shit at a even younger age.
and there's no stopping it because one way or another, they're gonna find their way to that video.
Yeah,
those
like
videos.
the internet itself is like a gift and a curse, you know?
It's like it'll break you, it'll make you, or it'll break you. You know?
Yeah. But speaking of like how like the internet's like evolved, the whole AI situation and like
That's
the
weird.
whole chat GPT,
Very dangerous.
very dangerous.
Very tricky. What I find about the comical side of AI is like I've seen my brother show me some of these videos where it's like you'll get like the president's voices, like
Oh, have you been seeing
you get
that
like
shit
Donald
too?
Trump, Barack Obama, and fucking Sleepy Joe, like in the same game.
I like how you said everyone else's like actual name, but you went to Sleepy
Just
Joe.
fucking Joe be sleepy, bro. Joe Biden. He because like you get their personalities, and Joe is like always like the last one to like get shit. So it's funny to go to like to refer to him as Sleepy Joe, right? So it's like the videos. It's like the AI copies their voices, right, and it puts them all in the same group chat game call, and
Yeah.
like they're playing a game, right? It's like it's the clips of like the gameplay, but like they're all playing in it, and it's like them just like talking to each other as if they were like playing together.
Mhm.
Some of the shit's really funny.
No, yeah, a lot of them I've been seeing of like Minecraft. Have you been seeing those too?
No, I see Minecraft. I see Call of Duty, Fortnite. Yeah, a bunch of shit.
I saw one for
But
Tekken.
when it first came out, it's called. I think it's called like Levels. I think it's called AI Levels. It's a company that has it.
Yeah,
When it first came out, it was just like basic sentences and stuff. But literally, all it took was 1 week, and people have like mastered the president's AI voice by making stutters and like just making them sound like way too realistic, which would bring. Which I think I've seen a posts like very recently of people like doubting whether this post made from President Joe Biden is real or not because of the voice.
Have you guys seen that fucking?
And that's the problem. You know, that's what makes it dangerous. You never know, like, is it credited or is it fake?
Yeah, it's like it's crazy because I recently saw like someone made an AI photo compilation of Donald Trump getting arrested.
Yeah, that thing was a hell.
Dude, it was hella funny, but also it looked hella real.
It looks pretty real.
I saw a post about that today, or like a comment about some, like someone made a comment in a random post that had to do with that, and I think someone said that that Donald Trump has not done anything wrong in his life to be arrested. Oh, okay, now I remember. It was a comedian who did a skit of Donald Trump getting arrested, and then asked and wondering if like his security, because I think this is a real thing. He said it was real that like if Donald Trump or any president were to get arrested, the what do they call them? The security, they have to go with him, right?
Yeah.
So he was wondering like, so if Donald Trump got arrested and was in an orange jumpsuit, does all the security wear an orange jumpsuit and keep the glasses, right? That was kind of the joke, right? And in the comment section, some guy said that it's crazy because Donald Trump's never done anything wrong in his whole life to actually go to prison for it, but the fact that he thinks he does
says a lot, right?
Says a lot, right? And I didn't even know that was a thing, but I think that's what like the whole video was like
referencing, or maybe even it's vice versa, where like maybe
you're right, yeah.
they did like an AI based off like that skit, you know? Because it looked hella real, and it looked very like, as funny as it looked violent because he was like trying to run away. You see him like trying to he's getting grabbed
a few times, but like that's not like raising any like red flags for.
Maybe he would bankrupt on purses. I
think he was evading taxes.
Yeah.
Who isn't
in New York?
Who the fuck isn't?
Not us.
So like I'm talking about like people of the rich, you know. Like I would think that like to like come up with actually no, I'm not gonna go into that right now. Talk about it off camera, see if it's like deemable. Because I don't want to be starting no controversial shit.
Yeah, I don't think we should get political.
Yeah, exactly.
I know we're not a political podcast. We're just kind of chilling. But you know, that's just how it is. Because like, especially on the internet, everyone has their own opinion. Everyone has like wants to be heard, and people Twitter itself, like
fighting on the internet.
People be saying some wild shit on Twitter.
I don't have Twitter, so. But, I mean, I can imagine.
Well, I don't have Twitter itself either, but the shit I'd be seeing on Instagram, like, posts from Twitter, it just makes me wonder, like, is this really what people are saying?
Probably.
And, like, it just makes me think, like, should everyone really have a platform?
Like kids, for example.
Or just like people that just be talking out of their ass.
Well, there's no way we can regulate the internet with laws and shit.
Exactly, with the idea of free speech. Like, it's not like I'm saying like, oh, we should regulate free speech. It's just like, I'm just saying people should really think before they say some shit.
It's just, yeah, like especially growing up in this age, it just kind of comes down to like educating your kids and just like,
or just educating yourself.
That too.
You know, like
if you're a grown ass man and you're fighting with like people younger than you online over dumb shit, like grow the fuck up. What are you doing?
Exactly. I'm on Twitter to look at porn. Do you have Twitter?
Yeah, I actually use Twitter
for like
a lot.
Social media and shit, right?
No, not social media. I really like the news tab that they have. It's very personalized to me and what I like to stay in tune with.
Yeah,
oh, that's cool.
So there's like,
yeah.
So the algorithm like fine tuned for you.
Yeah, it's like.
Would you say the algorithm is better than Instagram?
I don't
like in terms of like
Instagram for any news.
Or it's just like, I mean, just content really. Because Twitter, like, you know, same usage, right? Content.
Yeah. I'm speaking about the algorithm. It's crazy how like TikTok has kind of like not mastered that shit, but it's just like they've easily like narrowed down to like just a few videos on what you want to be looking at. You know, I just find it crazy how fast, like, and how small of information they really need to really like fine tune that shit.
I mean, it's all anybody can have your information.
Nah, exactly, and that's the scary part. That's the scary part.
That's what I don't get with this whole TikTok ban that they're trying to bring. Because, like,
that's right.
Personally, like, I don't mind TikTok. Sometimes I can't stay away from it, right? Because, like, I can't control myself on what I'm watching.
No, exactly.
That's also like one of the main issues. Like, people can't stay away from TikTok. You know,
yeah, but that's also like just my personal issue. But I do like it for a lot of the unfiltered news that I get. And that's kind of like a big reason on why the United States is finding such a big problem with TikTok, is because people actually are hearing and watching in real-time news that's actually pretty important, rather than the mass media. Like
CNN, Fox, CBS.
Trying to cover a lot of media, because at the end of the day, all those big corporations, like, they say whatever like is given to them. It's not like anything that's just like raw material.
Yeah, it's very filtered, you know? Like, you're supposed to like obviously like give information when it comes to like news sources, but it's also put through like a very
filtered so much.
Very like tight ringer.
Controlling the narrative, basically. And with TikTok, there is like, it's all raw, right?
Yeah.
Like, even when it's displayed a certain way, you have to use specific words. You have to use a bunch of buzzwords. Even if it's not accurate itself, it's something to generate like buzz rather than inform, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's definitely true on like the side of like CNN and Fox News and all that. I can't say anything about TikTok because I've never had it, but I definitely would believe that would be the reason why the U.S. is fighting that, you know?
Yeah, and also...
that's news to me. I didn't even know about that one side of the argument, but
like,
as I do, I hope it doesn't get banned now.
As much as TikTok gets a lot of flack for, like, all of its, like, cringe shit, you know, like, all of its trends and
that's
stuff.
all I hear about, like, just, like, the negative connotations, but, like, I guess... there are some positive. I just haven't yet.
I do look for like TikTok for like a lot of like information, like how to do certain things, you know?
Yeah,
like,
and it also just has to do with like the ads, because TikTok is just like I feel like YouTube is so oversaturated with ads nowadays that whenever I like try to look up let's say how to install a program on my computer, most of the time you're gonna find all that shit on TikTok very quickly.
Yeah.
You don't have to watch a stupid 10-15 second ad in order for you to get whatever you want.
And I imagine like the TikTok videos, like they get right to the point. Like, everything you need is like such a short and small. Because like I do hear what you're saying, like with the ads, but not only that, like when I want to figure out how to do something that's simple, like the videos are like 10 minutes long. 15 minutes long.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like I need this shit in like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Like if I want to like look up a video on YouTube, like for example, to like turn on a light switch, it does like a whole like 10-minute report on, because they want to fill in a quota, because they want you, like their viewers, to like watch the whole video, because like it fills up their quota for like a viewer count, and that gets the money. But with TikTok, like as monetized as it could be, people are more straight to the point, because they only have 30 seconds to 3 minutes to like fully grab your attention.
And then with like TikTok, I feel like that platform is more like focused on like likes and views. Like how many people have viewed your shit. Doesn't matter if they've seen the whole video. It's just like how many people have seen it.
Yeah.
It's also just because TikTok pushes out I guess new users very easily, rather than YouTube and Instagram, because YouTube and Instagram prioritize like bigger accounts, and
you need to
TikTok,
have a following.
They flush you in with every other big user. They throw in a small one.
Maybe I should make a TikTok then, but for like the sake of like how to do stuff.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, because it's just like I feel
that's what I generally use it for.
Yeah. Like what's the what are the things that you've learned on TikTok that you didn't know how to do before?
Well,
because of TikTok, like you learned this.
I'm not gonna lie, how to dress. Like I'd be
Okay,
looking up
okay.
color combinations all the
Yeah.
time. Like if I have like a certain like article of clothing, I'm just like, I don't know what to fucking pair this with. I usually look up the specific article of clothing, and it usually gives me like a really nice color combination.
Oh, I do the same thing, but I do not just Google images. Like I just type in like the article of clothing and the color of it, and it'll just pop up like, oh, like here are like images of like combinations. So like that's so easier than like having people explain it to me, really. Because like,
yeah.
I mean, I just
How they do it is like more visually instead of like explaining it to you, because they show you all angles.
that is
how it
probably
looks.
good. That is probably good.
And just
That is a good.
sometimes like I get a lot of cooking tips or like recipes too.
Those
the
are cool too.
The
yeah.
cooking, I probably be my biggest reason to join TikTok. It's like to learn to cook recipes and stuff.
Like I know I've been doing like HelloFresh lately, and like I've been like cooking more, but I don't know how to fucking mince garlic, so I looked that shit up. I don't know how to like properly like do some shit.
But the terminology.
Yeah, I don't know how to julienne. They don't require you to julienne anything, but still, the information's there and it's right to the point.
Yeah. For me, though, I love watching random stupid videos. I also just like love listening to knowledge facts instead of me reading them, because sometimes for me, whenever I'm reading them, I just get super tired out and I'm just like, all right, I'm kind of done.
Yes,
Like, what do you
especially
mean
with
by
our
knowledge
ADHD.
facts? Like, what
I
does
don't
it
know.
mean?
Can I play this video?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so it's like just random dude. He has a podcast as well, and I've never seen his videos before, but he popped up on my page, and it was just like random facts, and it was like,
I was today years old when I found out you can't hold your nose and hum at the same time. If I told you you're about to throw up, start humming. It's nearly impossible to gag and hum at the same time. If your house smells like fish for no reason, smells like fish. 9 times out of 10, it's an electrical fire happening. I told you before, it's a fire risk. If you ever burn an avalanche, spit. Your saliva will follow the gravity, so you can dig the other way. I heard Hunter yelling, and here he is. You okay, bud? If you ever smell gas in the middle of the night, that's what it is. Don't turn on the lights. A spark could blow up your whole house. Don't turn on the lights. Everyone hates red eyes in photos, but if your pupils reflect white in a picture, it can be a sign that something is seriously wrong with your eyes, such as cataract, retina problems, or even cancer. If you're ever being chased by a polar bear, strip and get naked while you're running. Start throwing your clothes everywhere, because polar bears have a bad case of ADD, and they will firmly inspect your clothes before chasing you.
it's just random stuff.
No, there's this one guy.
Like montage of just
There's this one guy who got famous off of TikTok where he's like, I wish I knew this one before I was in my 30s.
I like the
Or like the
original
animal
ones.
facts.
Yeah, I like the original ones that like, I wish I knew this before I was 40, or like I was today years old when I learned. But now there's so many that are saturated out that like I just don't like watching them, because I'd rather just watch the original person that came out with that.
No, yeah, I only watch that guy. Whenever I would see like the others, I'm just like,
So
y'all don't know how to.
the video that you showed us. That's like an OG guy who does those videos. Like, is that like his?
Never. I honestly don't know. He just popped up on my page.
So then, what guy you guys refer to when you're like the original creator of this type of content?
There's this guy. Like,
OGs.
he's like this white Jesus-looking guy with like long hair. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, well, there's that guy, and then there's also like Party Hair, which is like Factor Cap.
Oh yeah, Factor Cap, where they test out like internet trends,
internet theories.
Yeah, and
myths.
then
myths. That's what they said.
And they're basically like discount MythBusters, you know?
Yeah. I like MythBusters. They're fun to watch.
Nah, yeah, I remember when they were doing the whole wanted bullet curve. And I was like, I knew it wasn't going to work, but I was kind of sad that it didn't.
That was all Hollywood effect.
Still.
I knew that shit was not physically
I knew it wasn't. But it's good to dream.
You still believe in Santa, Roger?
Wait, what?
You still believe in Santa?
What do you mean?
I believe in the magic.
Is Santa not real?
I believed in the...
You know what I used to believe in? Love. But Alright, no. But is there anything else you guys want to talk about regarding the internet?
Let's see, desensitization, first, exposures.
I mean, like, do you guys remember internet challenges?
Oh, dude, internet challenges.
The only one I did was a cinnamon challenge.
I did that too.
Don't recall ever doing any challenges. Let me see, did I ever do any? fucking not like a challenge, but like a fad. Like, remember when people would like plank on just like the stupidest
Yeah, I remember that.
pictures and like post about it, or like they'll do videos of it? Like, I did that. That's so fucking retarded.
There's actually like a video on YouTube out there. I'm not sure if actually we've talked about it really briefly before about my cinnamon challenge video.
You've told me the story.
No, but I'm pretty sure I mentioned it on the podcast because I think I linked it at one point.
I don't remember seeing that.
But yeah, there is a video out there.
You showed me the video actually. Like when you told me the story, you showed it to me. We were in the kitchen and we were talking about it.
Yeah. Same kitchen.
Same kitchen.
Same kitchen. I'll probably show Christian in a bit.
I think majority of the challenges that come up are really stupid. Like you can really hurt yourself. Like
majority, all of them are stupid.
Not majority of them. I mean, not all of them, because like some were actually for a good cause. Like the
I was just about to say
the ice bucket challenge. That was for a good cause. Still fun to do because like ice water over yourself. Pretty cool. Who wouldn't want that in the summer, right?
I just like
ice water all over my body. Cool my shit off.
The Kiss Your Homies challenge.
That was a challenge?
It's about to be now.
Speaking of ice water,
I was like, I've been doing that my whole life. No.
I've been showering at the end with not ice water but cold water, and it's actually been helping like a lot.
How so?
Cold water reduces stress and like reduces like muscle irritation and like.
I think that's his preference. I feel.
No, it's scientifically proven.
I could never. I get relaxation and all those same effects from hot showers.
I mean, like, there's benefits
if
to
that
hot
water
showers
ain't
too, but
above 80 degrees, I don't want it. I'm not getting in the shower.
Except with me. But, like, yeah, cold showers, like, they've definitely, like, woke me up, and, like, I do feel a lot better.
Yeah.
They help with your immune system, which is probably why you keep getting sinus infections.
That was the one time, bro. One time I got sick. I can't remember when was the last time I got sick before that.
COVID.
Facts. Which was pretty long ago.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Oh, I'm sorry. You were saying?
No. I'm good.
The cold water, huh? Maybe I will try it one day. Maybe I won't.
No, just ending your shower.
Yeah.
Even also just ending your shower with just with cold water.
Like, so you can have, like, the majority of it.
Your pores, I know that.
On your head, too, so it doesn't, like, get dry.
Like, you could have it, like, literally last minute.
Mm-hmm.
How long do you... Okay, fine, fair. But how long do you run that water cold before you turn it off?
Literally a minute.
Yeah, minute.
30 seconds.
How much you handle?
Yeah. And it gets you out the fucking shower, too. Because you're just like, I don't want to deal with this cold anymore. And then you're gone. Well, will Alejandro try cold showers? Will John be back again? Tune in next time to the next episode of Drunk Talks and Empty Thoughts. I'm your host, RJ. This is Alejandro. This is Christian. Wish him luck in Mexico.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it, y'all.
No, I'm glad to have you on. Friends. Thank you for coming. Remember to check out Christian on his stream on twitch.tv/Tecczi. And like I've said before, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTubes. That shit's up. We got a majority of the episodes up, just not the first 4 because we didn't have a camera at the time. But that is going to come up soon. But
we are just evolving as much as you guys.
But yeah, like I said,
we'll get there.
If anything, Christian's socials will be in the description below. We'll see you guys next time. Oh shit.